Hey folks, so last time I was on my property, I realized that somebody took my tree stand that was on my property. So today I'm going to go back out there and I'm going to take some measures to try to prevent that from happening again. So stick around and I'll explain more. Casey, you want to go for a ride? You want to go for a ride? Huh? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. That girl. Leaves are everywhere. Let me show you my quick shot of my grass. It's coming in very nicely. I need to blow these leaves off so it'll continue to grow, but I'm really happy with the way it's coming in. So like I was saying, you know, like when we first bought our property, there was a tree stand that they had left you know, in a tree. You know, it had a ladder and a little platform. It wasn't anything fancy or anything, just aluminum stand. And I'm not a hunter or of any kind, so, but I do like being outside. So, I mean, my thoughts were, you know, I'll just go use it sometimes, just go sit in it or whatever. But when the last time I was out there, I noticed, you know, I was talking to the excavators and they were asking if I was hunters and stuff, and I said no, but as a matter of fact there's a tree stand down here, and I thought about going down there and just taking a seat. So after we finished talking, I went walk my property and go over to that tree and it's gone. And so you know, that kind of makes me a little angry. You know, I don't want to accuse the previous owner. I mean, I'm not going to name him, but you know, I would imagine they're probably the only ones that knew the tree stand was there. So maybe they decided to come back and get it. And you know, had they asked me, sent me a message, called, text, something, saying, hey, I forgot, I didn't realize I left my tree stand there, even though it's been 90 days since I bought my property. You know, had they done something to say, you know, I forgot it, can I come back and get it? I'd be like, sure, yeah, it's yours, you know, come get it. But without doing that, you know, whatever's left on my properties that I paid for is my property. That's the way I see it. But you know, I don't know that they come back to get it, but I can't imagine anybody else knowing that it was even there to come back to get it. But you know, for whatever reason, somebody come and got it, and now it's gone. So, and now all of a sudden I want a tree stand. I don't hunt, you know, but you know, I was going to enjoy it. So dadgummit, now I'm going to have to go buy my own self a tree stand. But so today I'm going to go back out there and I'm going to take measures to try to prevent that. So so me and Casey here, you can't see her. Maybe you can see her. So me and Casey here, we're going to go out there and take some measures to prevent this from happening again. You sweet puppy. You sweet girl. So one of the best solutions that I could come up with was really not geared toward preventing somebody to steal, because you're never going to do that. I mean, I live an hour and a half away and I can't keep an eye on my property, so I'm not going to be able to prevent somebody who wants to come out here and steal something. And really right now there's nothing to steal anyway. I guess you could come out here and trespass and maybe do some illegal dumping or something like that. But soon, you know, my property, my house is being built right up here. I can show you if you can see. So right up in here, you know, it's graded out, so that's where the house is going to go. So there's going to be materials and stuff dropped off here before too long when they start building. So you know, best thing for me to do is just be able to keep an eye on the place. So I'm not going to be able to prevent anybody from doing anything wrong, but at least I'll know if somebody's out here, and then if I need to, I can call, you know, law enforcement or somebody to get out here. So what I've come up with is this Reolink. It's called the Reolink Go PT, and it's a cellular camera. It doesn't need Wi-Fi because there's no service out here yet. I don't have any power, any service here yet, but it works off cellular, and it has a pan and tilt option, so it'll hang like this from the mount. I'm going to mount it on this tree. That's why I'm parked next to this tree. So I'm going to hang it on a mount and try to get up as high as I can get it. And it has a 360-degree pan, and it'll also tilt. So I'm going to put it, you know, as high as I can up on this tree, and that way I can scan over here and watch my property, and I can scan the rest of the property down below. So, you know, I haven't used this yet. This is the first time I'm going to put this to use. And to be honest with you, when I first got it, I had a heck of a time trying to get it to connect to a cellular service. When I first bought it, you know, it comes with an SD card, which was a 32 gigabyte SD card. That came with it, but you have to buy a SIM card to be able to connect to the cellular service. So, and it takes a nano size SIM card, which before this, I didn't know anything about nano SIM cards. But anyway, so I bought the SIM card, just went to a store, picked that up for 10 bucks, put the SIM card in, and I tried to connect it and it wouldn't connect. So I spent hours Googling, troubleshooting on Google, YouTube, and I couldn't find the solution that worked. So I called AT&T, and because it was an AT&T SIM card, and finally, after probably an hour or two of trying to talk to the right person, you have to call the AT&T prepaid tech support. So I called them, and he looked it up, and he determined that my plan that I'd signed up with online, because you couldn't talk to anybody, you go on and do it through a computer voice, and so you can't tell them what you need. You get certain selections and you choose from those. So the only thing I was able to choose from was a cellular data plan for a cell phone, which is unlimited calls, text, and all that garb. So when I finally called the AT&T prepaid tech support, they immediately found out that, well, if it's for a wireless camera, it needs to be a data only plan. So once he got that set up, and it fired right up. So, you know, that was at home yesterday, an hour and a half away. So now I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, but AT&T has service here, so I'm really hoping this thing is going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and you'll be able to hear it. It'll come across and say cellular connected or something like that, or network failed, which is the message I was getting all day yesterday until I got this fixed. So I'm gonna turn this on and we'll see if it fires up and does what it's supposed to do. And just to show you, it has a little rubber slot, a rubber cap over a slot with a nano SIM card goes in there, and then the SD card goes in below it. And this one, it came with a 32 gigabyte SD card. And the plan that I bought is a 15 gigabyte data only cellular plan. Monthly is like $35 a month for that. And then on the back here, all the connections have these little rubber caps over it, you know, for weatherproofing. So I think that's pretty good. So I'll turn this on. I just flipped it on, and we'll see if it connects. There's a red light on. You probably can't see it, and it'll eventually turn blue and start flashing. Let me check my app and see. Okay, so when I turned it on, it didn't say anything that time, so I was a little curious. I guess maybe it only talks when there's something going wrong. But so I had to, you know, grab my phone and pull up the app. There's a Reolink app that you download to be able to access your camera. So I pulled that up, and the camera's working. So I'm going to go ahead and mount it on this tree and put it to use. So it comes with this mount. This is you'll screw this to whatever you're going to mount it to. In this case, I'm going to screw it to a tree, and it has a little safety strap too, I guess, in case the screws work loose or something. But I'll go ahead and put that on there as well. And you'll hang it upside down, and we'll put the antenna up when it's mounted, and it'll go just like that, mount to the tree. And then to power it, it has a rechargeable battery inside, which I've already charged, but it also came with this solar panel. So I'll mount the solar panel also on the tree, plug it in, and should be good to go. Just gonna grab the mount, put it on the tree. Let's see. Well, this strap's not even going to be big enough for the tree, so all right, we won't use that. So I think probably, let's see. I'm gonna try it here. Probably, yeah, we'll shoot for this, see if that works. Little balancing act sitting on this truck rail, bed rail. Feels pretty solid. Hopefully I won't have to reposition this thing. There we go. Probably should have waited and put the antenna on last, but it's going. Let's see. All right, put the antenna up. Okay, I'll go ahead and mount the solar panel. Obviously it needs to be facing toward the south, so that's this way behind me. Do it like that. Something like that. Well, I do need to keep up out of the camera view. That'd make sense, wouldn't it? So we'll try this. And you can adjust this about any direction you need to after it's mounted. So we'll go with it right there. All right, that feels solid and secure. I'm gonna plug it in and find somewhere to do with these straps or these wires. Where does this plug in? Probably somewhere I can't get to. Oh, it goes into the power side over here. Yep. And now I can't see it. Let me see if I can turn it a little bit more. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Tighten the little sleeve back on it. And now I'll just run this over here and tie this off to the mount up here, little bread tie. All right, so now we'll just tighten this. All right, so now let's see if we can get it adjusted and see if we have the views that we're looking for. All right, so here's I guess an up close of the whole setup. I wish it could be concealed a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of out in the open, but it's so high up, nobody would have easy access to it. But you know, I wish it was black, or I wish there was some camo coverage or something like that. I guess if it works, then it's great. If not, then it'll go to back to Amazon. All right, so there we have it. That's my solution to, you know, try to at least catch somebody doing something out here. If anything, you know, outside of you know, guarding my property, is it helps me keep an eye on the house. Once they get the house started, I can watch that, and I won't have to drive out here so often. I can kind of get a sneak peek of what's going on, and so I think that'll be nice. It doesn't have. I may have to end up changing the location because it won't spin in all the areas that I want it to see. But you know, for now it works. It watches where the house is going to be, and I can overlook the property just for fun. So I mean, who knows if the solar panel keeps the battery charged? It looks awful crooked right there, but it's not that crooked. It does look crooked in the video, but it's really not that crooked. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to make an adjustment on that. We'll see, but that might help get a better view if I can straighten it out. We'll see. Maybe I need to shim up the bottom to tilt the bottom out a little bit. But I swear it's not that crooked when I'm looking at it from the ground, but in the video it looks terrible. So I don't know. But hopefully the solar panel is aimed in the right direction. I mean, it's dead at the sun right now, so it's a pretty clear view. So I think the solar panel will be fine. The manual said it just needed a few hours of sun each day to you know, charge the battery. So I'll keep an eye on it, see how it goes. I'm not going to log on to it every time because I don't know how well. The first month I probably will, because I want to see how far 15 gigabytes will get me. And then after that, you know, if I determine I need more, or just stop viewing it so much. So, but who knows? I mean, I'm going to give it a shot and see if it'll work. I also have some trail cameras, Spy Point, Link Micro cellular trail cams. I was going to bring those out here today and set those up, but I'd driven off and realized I left them at home, and I didn't feel like turning around going back. So that'll be the next time. But those are going to be more for fun, I think. As long as I have video watching the things that I want to watch, then I'm going to set my trail cameras up, take one down to the creek and put another one in the woods somewhere, or down in the field somewhere, and just see what kind of animals come across. So that'll be fun. That'll be it for another video. But you know, I'll just end this one here. But maybe I'll take me and Casey, my dog. Maybe me and Casey will go down to the creek and see what's going on down there, and if that's the case, I'll take you along. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Hey, what are you doing? You ready to go? You ready to go? Come on, get in there.